Done all these games. Stop. 7 Days to Die. How to make custom recipes. Enjoy. Quick video about how to do custom recipes in 7 Days to Die. So, first thing you got to do is you got to find your recipes XML, which you'll find in computer, local disk, programs 86, Steam, and Steam apps, and common, and 7 Days to Die, and data, and config, and recipes XML. Okay, now I will attach both block names text and in the files. Well, I won't attach it. I'll give you a link, and the way I determine what is what. Okay, so recipes XML, I've already created a shortcut on my desktop. So we have this here. Now, generally speaking, when you get a new one, as soon as it updates or whatever, the last thing on your list is going to be Yucca fibers. I've added stone, fridge top, railing, old wood. So that's the old wood railings that you'll find on some of the buildings. Railing metal, railing wood white, you'll find that on some of the buildings. These are my recipes, and well, actually, some of them I got from another player. Railing raw iron. I'm not sure all of these make sense, but they are what they are. Munitions box, brick decayed tan, which I was using in my most recent videos. Sticks from thin planks old, so if I get leftover planks, occasionally you run across when you destroy a building. Thin planks old. Now I can make sticks from that where I couldn't before. Concrete tile green, which is kind of the checkerboard concrete. Concrete tile brown, and brick decayed asphalt. Now, the way I determine what they're called, in this case concrete tile green, is first I want to know what I need. So I go to 7 Days to Die, Gamepedia, category block images. So this is the wiki. This will give you a basic what looks like what. So if you wanted to make bridge metal rivet, let's just say, this will tell you that, but it's not going to tell you what it's called. So I would go to this list, block names 7 Days to Die, which I will share, and we're going to find, say, rivet. Right? Did I spell that right? I guess we'll find out. So if we go to rivet, can't find rivet. Did I spell it wrong? I probably spelled it wrong. Oh, it's an E. Okay, so we'll go to block names and just do that real quick and find next. That's metal rivet. That's probably it. Got bridge, metal rivet, metal rivet. So if I wanted to make a metal rivet, I might make it out of, I don't know, we'll just copy that and I'll add a new recipe just for you. Just for you. Okay, so this is the basic format of how recipes are made. It's an XML sheet, which means it starts off, and I've done a little coding, so so here's your XML version 1.0 encoding UTF-8, and recipes. Within the recipes tags, which you'll see recipes here, and at the bottom you'll see here / recipes. So that's generally how code works. It's HTML oriented type of stuff. Now, how might I make a metal rivet? Say some do we do it with scrap iron? Maybe scrap iron and some pipes. How's that sound? Scrap iron and pipes. That'll be the rivets, is the scrap iron. So let's just grab this here. Let's grab brick decayed tan. That's a good one to use as a base for the recipe because it makes sense. So brick decayed tan, and what we'll do is we'll cut that and put it here. So now it is to make metal rivets. Now obviously clay and white flour doesn't make any sense for metal rivets. And I'm surprised I actually kept that recipe. I changed the recipe in my last orientation, so I'm going to have to change it again. What did I do it as? My recipes XML. Is that what's in here? Yeah, I changed it. I'm going to have to rechange it again and back it up. But anyway, besides the point at this time, because I preferred with the clay lumps and rocks. That seemed to work really well. So in this case, actually, it's a capital L lump. And clay lump. And clay lump. And clay lump. Alright, now with that, I wanted small stones. That's how I designed it before, and that's how I'm going to do it now. So, I believe that's called rock small, and you will find it somewhere on this sheet. You just got to make sure you get your names right, otherwise it's not going to work at all. It's just not going to do anything. And I'll get back to the metal rivets in a second. So as you can see, it's clay lump with a capital L, lowercase other than the L. Oh, wait. It's down here because I made a stone recipe because I got tired, so it's rock small. Alright, so we go back down to here, and I'm just going to make this change because this is the way I actually prefer it. It works better this way. Now, these are the grid settings. I'll try to explain those the best I can. So now I've just changed the recipe to clay lumps and rock small in order to make brick decayed tan, which looks like looks like that, brick decayed tan. See? So this recipe allows me to make this object with clay lumps and rock small. So we're just going to call that rock small. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to save that. Now, the metal rivets, what makes sense for that? Now, 0, 0 is going to be your central part of, that's the center of the grid, the 0, 0. Now, 1, I believe, is going to be your, well, one of these is vertical and the other is horizontal. So in this case, it would be -1, in other words, down 1 and then back 1. So -1, -1 is down 1 and back 1. Okay? So let's just call that, what is it, lead? No, it's iron. Let's find some iron. Cannot find iron. How about we go up instead? I use Notepad. That's just the easiest way for me. Ingot iron. Okay, so that's what we're going to use to make those. Ingot irons and short metal pipes. So I'm going to just change everything to ingot iron for now. Now, of course, ingot iron is made in a forge. Then I'm going to add short pipes in order to break up the recipe, because ingot iron this many could actually add up to something else. And you want to make sure that your recipes don't contradict or are the same as another thing. So you want to kind of add a little something to it. So I'm going to add to 1, 1 and -1 right here. 1, 1, grid 1, 1, and grid -1, 1. So that's going to be my short metal pipes. We'll just grab that name here because you got to. These are case sensitive, so it has to match the case. Okay. So we're gonna make. There we go, and 1, 1. Then it's just gonna add a little bit of rivets. All right. Okay, so that recipe should be good. How many metal rivets do I want to make when I do this? Now, iron ingot is, you know, kind of not the most common stuff. It can be once you get a good supply coming in, but especially when you start, you can't do anything. So we got short metal pipes at -1 and -1, which is a vertical and a horizontal position, and 1, 1, which is a vertical and horizontal position. So roughly this is going to be in the corners, and I'll show you in game how these things work. I'll get some iron ingot and some short metal pipe, and then we'll do an example. Okay, so we're just going to save that. And I'm going to update my recipes XML because I don't like that version. So we want to stop at the yucca fibers. Now, it's important when you do this that you follow this structure. Recipe, followed by this data. Got to make sure everything is closed. So that's these closing marks. And then a backslash recipe. And that's how it works. That's how you make things in this game. And of course, you don't want to accidentally get rid of your final recipes. I don't think spaces in between really matter. So the spaces don't matter. I often leave spaces in between mine, whereas the rest of the recipes are that way I can easily identify the ones that I added rather than the other ones. So we're going to save that. We're going to copy this because I want this in my final version of the recipes. Let's see, my recipes, XML. I'm just going to replace all of this with what I added. Make sure it all matches. So next time I go to add these recipes again, because you will have to add them every time there's an update because they replace your recipes XML. I hope that one day stops. But in the meantime, this is what you got to do. Oh, I accidentally deleted some stuff. Look at this. See, this is broken. That's broken. We don't want that. Okay? If you have broken code, you're going to have a broken script. It's just not going to work. So, paste there. There you go. See? See? Recipe, 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 backslash recipe. So that's the proper format for an XML document for it to read it correctly. Alright, so I'm going to save that for my own review. And so the two sources that I'm using, and I compare this to this list, and I will share a link to both of these things so you can determine. So if you want to make a particular block here that's on this list, you just need to find the right name from this list. And both of these lists and this illustration is going to be in the show notes, so that way it's easy for you to find. And I guess that's it for now, and I'll show you in game how these things build now. Alright. Okay, as you all recall, previously I created the recipe for riveted metal, or metal rivets, or bridge metal rivets, or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really matter, because what it's called here on my list is riveted metal. So we're going to click that, and I believe I made it, so it was in the corners we would have metal. We would have like this. Yes? No? Did I get it wrong? Let's go like this maybe. Riveted metal! Hey, there's our combination. So that's how we got riveted metal. The recipe worked, so that's good news. Takes a lot of ironing, but you know, that could change. I don't really know, but it creates 4. And so that's how you create a custom recipe in 7 days to die, at least as far as 8.1. That seemed to work, so we're just going to craft that. And ta-da! We have riveted metal. That's how you create a custom recipe. And I could take it and I could put it down right now if I wanted to. Let's see here. Yeah, look, right there. Riveted metal. That's what it looks like. Alright. Maybe I'll do the corners, you know. I don't know. But for illustration purposes, it was perfect. Anyway, that was a good video, and if you have any questions, let me know. Any relevant links will be placed in the notes below. Have a good one, and catch you next time. Bye.